Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good day, my friends. This is Dr. Charles. Thank you again for joining me on the Red Line. This call, as you know, you've heard it. You've been there listening to me for a while. It's designed to start your week off on a positive note, and it's going to get you inspired to do something, and that is to challenge yourself and begin to continue to grow in your leadership growth. You know, someone said the only thing that we know about the future is that it will be different. And so today I want to talk about taking risk. You know, a lot of people want to keep it safe and play it safe, and there's importance in playing it safe sometimes and simply just having wisdom. But there's no other way to fail forward. In order to take a risk, you're going to fail, but you got to take a risk. The willingness to take greater risk is a major key to achieving success. And the key is that they just determine there's something about them that they just never give up. And though the people on the sidelines and in the crowd may be saying, man, just throw in the towel, give up. But there's something about that you just have the passion and you believe that it will work. The reality is that everything in life is risky. If you want to avoid all risk, then don't do any of the following. I'll tell you that. Don't do any of the following. Don't ride in a car. Because riding a car, that's a 20% chance that it'll be a fatal accident. That's a risk when you get in a car every day. When I drive up and down the highway, particularly in Atlanta where traffic is busy, my God, if you just blink, you could be in an accident. That's a risk every day that I take driving down the highway. The reality is life is risky. Don't travel then if you're thinking about it's a risk. Well, traveling by airplane or even by train is a 16% chance of all accidents that may occur in traveling by train or traveling by air or traveling on a boat. Don't walk in the street. That's another one. 15% of all the accidents occur. Someone merely walking down the street or on a bicycle, someone knocking them over to the side. Don't stay at home either, because 70% of all accidents happen at home. What am I saying? All of these statistics is simply is that we're going to be faced with risk. I'm asking you to take a risk to reach and to go forward and obtain that which you've been giving, your dream, your vision. Go after it, because in life there really are no safe places or risk-free places or risk-free activities. So why don't you take a risk for something positive? Take a risk for something that you dreamed about, something that you're so interested in that you're going to give it more than just a try. You're going to stick to it. I've been saying it over and over, never, ever give up. To achieve any worthy goal, you must take risk. Henry Link, he once said this. He said, while one person hesitates, he feels inferior. The other is busy making mistakes and becoming superior. While one person hesitates, the other is busy. That's what I'm asking you to do. Be busy, making mistakes, but yet learning from the mistakes and becoming superior, because all of the corporations you see today, all of the entrepreneurs that are successful, I guarantee you no one has been exempt. They have failed, but they failed forward, and they learned something along the way. What's that guy's name? Charles Lindbergh. He said, what kind of person would live where there is no daring? He says, I don't believe in taking foolish chances, but nothing can be accomplished if we don't take any chance at all. And I'm telling you, I've been faced with risk. I've taken some up and I've given up on some, but I have come to the point and place in time in life. Follow your passion. And that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm encouraging you to do, to follow your passion. And along the way, they may be risks, but you don't give up. Because everything in life, I've said it brings a risk. It's true that your risk of failure if you try something bold because you might miss it, but you also risk failing if you just stand still and don't try anything new. Just keep trying, keep moving. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to taking risk, I believe there are two kinds of people. Those who don't dare to try new things and those who don't dare to miss them. The contrast, there's a difference. I want to share a few of the contrast between those who do not dare to try things and those who do. Well, the ones who don't, they resist opportunities. Opportunities right at the doorstep. Nobody's going to give us anything. No one's going to just simply hand out something for nothing. There's going to be a risk that you have to decide to take. So those on one side resist the opportunities. On the other side, those that are looking for opportunity, they find opportunities when they are those that dare not to miss out. But those that don't dare at all, they rationalize. They rationalize their responsibilities versus finishing their responsibilities. That's the difference between those who continue to press their way and to find their way moving forward by taking risk. Those that don't take risks, they're going to rehearse each and every day or every time they're faced with an opportunity to take a risk. They're going to rehearse the impossibilities versus the one who presses forward. They're going to feed on the possibility, the impossibility. They're going to look at them closer and examine how and to get over and to make sure they can overcome the impossibilities. People who don't dare to try new things, they rain like the raindrops. They rain on the enthusiasm versus the ones who are striving to not miss the opportunity and to take the risk. They will fan the flame of enthusiasm, because enthusiasm will get them up in the morning and get them started along the day, anticipating some breakthrough versus a breakdown. Those that don't dare to try new things, they review the things that they're weak on, that they feel like they cannot do, that they just don't have the ability to do. Whereas people who on the other side, they think about those things that they can't do and they make themselves better. They get before people who can provide insights and give them wisdom. We're talking about the risk taker and those who sit on the sideline. The risk taker, the one who determines that they can make it and they can be difference makers. The one that dares not, they rejoice that they have failed versus they feel the other side of being able to win. And so, my friends, we have an opportunity to take sides today. Are you going to be one that sits on the sideline and never move? Or are you going to be one that thinks of ways to make it better? Because the ones that dare not, they resist leadership, they remain unchanged, they replay the problems, they rethink their commitment, whereas on people who are trying and always striving, they're looking for ways to force change, and they're fishing always for solutions, and they're looking for ways to fulfill their commitment. They're looking for opportunities to move forward. Someone said this as a motto: I would rather try nothing great and succeed than try something great and risk failure. Is that your model? Here's another model on the flip side of that. I would rather try something great and fail than try nothing great and succeed. There's a contrast of these two models. You have a choice. Will you succeed? I like to go with the second model. I would rather try something great and fail than try nothing great and succeed. If you want to increase your odds of success, the reality today, what I have been encouraging you, is that you're going to have to take some chances. Chances that you will take. Some you'll have a positive result immediately. Some you won't. Some you'll have a negative experience, but yet and still, it's not the time to throw in the towel. For some reason, many people think that everything in life should be easy. And when they find out that achievement takes effort, they give up. But success, my friends, it takes hard work. It really does. And I know that there's new things that I can try and perhaps that you can try. And in the beginning, it may be hard, it may be difficult. But you just keep on trying and you just keep on going in the direction that you'll see. You'll get to your destiny. Don't wait for all of the lights to be green before you leave the house. But if you wait for the perfect timing, you'll find yourself waiting forever. There is no perfect timing. Get to moving now. Start now. And the more you wait, the more tired you're going to get. Time goes by fast, but when you are moving in the right direction, it even goes faster. If you're succeeding, my friends, in anything, or if you're succeeding in everything, I'll put it that way, then you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. And that means that you're not taking enough risk. We're talking about taking a risk. There's no other way to fail forward than taking risk. Because your willingness to take greater risk is a major key, as I've said, in achieving your success. To achieve anything that's worthy, anything that is worthwhile, you must take some risk that are going to be involved. Because when it comes to taking a risk, as I've said, you're either going to fall on the side of those that dare not to try new things or those that don't dare to miss things. And you don't want to miss out on life. Life is short, and you want to live it to its fullest. You hear a lot of times when people go on and they leave this world, so-and-so live life to its fullest. And that's a good way to leave. I tell folks when it's time for me to go, I like to leave life empty of self, meaning that I poured out all that I have to give to society to leave a positive footprint and a legacy that will make others continue to grow and become the best that they can, even when I'm gone. Well, hey, if the music people can write songs and we're still playing them today, they've gone on to be with their maker, and the songs still resonate with us, still make us happy and joyful, then a positive leader, a positive mindset will certainly also make the difference in leaving a legacy of positivity. We need that today, folks, with all of the negativity that's going on in today's world. We, you, meaning us all, we can be change agents and be positive. But as far as your life is concerned, there's something that you must do. There's something that you must accomplish while you're here on earth. And you can't just stand still and just be content. You have work to do. You hear people talk about retiring. I don't subscribe to retiring. I believe from earth to heaven, from day one that you've entered into this world to the day that you leave, there's work to be done. There are people to pour into. There are things that you can do. And at the end of the day, I promise you, if you keep moving and you keep striving, you'll be content and your living will not be in vain. You too will have lived a life to its fullest. I want to thank you today for joining me. We've been talking about taking risk, and I feel like we're at such a time in a day that we need encouragement sometimes. Some of the people that I've talked to, they've said, I didn't know how to swim, and my cousins or what have you, they just pushed me over into the pool. They weren't going to let me drown, but I got over there and they got pushed in, and I learned how to swim. I took the risk. Sometimes you need a little bit of nudge. I hope today I've nudged you a little bit to go after that which you've been given and go and finish it. And no matter what, never, never, ever give up. Thank you for joining me. This has been The Red Line. You've been listening to Dr. Charles. Until next time, now let's go back to work.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about The Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.